Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 97 of My Cup of Tea. We're almost at the 100 mark where, something's going to happen. What happens? You have to tune in to find out. But that being said, joining me is my co-host, Evan.
Woo! Glad to be here. A little bit later than usual. It's been a crazy night for me. But I'm glad to be here. We get to finally discuss the Marvels trailer, which dropped a week ago today. And then some other trailers, like the Penguin trailer, that was fun. It's been trailered watch recently for us on My Cup of Tea. It's that time of the season, kind of like that fall season where they're like doing all the trailers for next year. This one is like most of the trailers are for the summer movies that we're excited for, summer TV shows that we can be excited for. So I'm excited. This should be a good one.
Awesome. Just a quick little plug, please follow @_TimeBlazer on Twitter and also on this YouTube channel because we are making a show called Time Blazer, a animated series. We have a full stream breaking it down. Just want to start plugging it toward the beginning while you all are still here. I really think it's going to be something special, and we got a new trailer dropping pretty soon, so please check that out. Today's sponsor, Time Blazer.
Hell yeah. Time Blazer eventually is going to have a sponsor of its own. And then, look at us. We'll be laughing. We'll get the last laugh.
I'm gonna upload a new episode, and it's gonna be a Raid Shadow Legends intro. Like, oh no!
Hell yes.
It's money, but at what cost? But yeah. So today we are going to be checking out immediately. Thank you, Evan. The Marvels.
Bingo.
Let's hold on. Let me get to the rig that is look at things. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's how we do it. So, this is a trailer for the Marvels. Super exciting. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out last week of July, I think. Or, second to last week of July or something like that. Whatever. I think it was situated between Mission Impossible and Oppenheimer / Barbie. So, I think it was like the second to last week of July, which would have been crazy going from Mission Impossible, Captain Marvel, Barbie, Oppenheimer, just a lot of big summer juggernauts there. But this is the Marvel is now coming out November. A sequel in a way to WandaVision with Photon here / Monica and Rambeau, and then also a sequel to the first Marvel or Captain Marvel movie, and also a sequel to the Marvel or Miss Marvel TV show. So a lot of connections in this trailer.
Seemingly a sequel to Secret Invasion.
That as well, you're right. That comes out before this movie as well. So
a lot of Fury makes it.
Oh man, we'll
unless this is a scroll, who knows?
Oh boy, that'd be awful. Okay, let's put some music up in here or sound. Okay, good. Actually, I did play back 25. We'll do that after this. So let's just watch it, react to it. This was a blast. So let's go and watch.
Yeah, let's do it.
Starting off good?
Captain Rambo?
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
It's funny how I said saber, by the way, not sword.
Yeah, a whole nother one.
Same thing? Yeah, I guess same thing, different. I don't know. Saber, sword.
I think it's also pretty obscure for comics, or it might be original. Oh my god.
The star of the show here, Kamala.
Let's go. This is the best. This is what I wanted.
It's an Avengers test.
Captain Rambo?
Also, just it looks really good.
Dude, it looks stunning. I agree. Yeah, this is a post-credit scene to the Marvel or Miss Marvel.
What the?
Got the cosmic energy going on here.
Hi.
We're looking for Kamala Khan.
Okay, so
Did
our
I get in?
powers are entangled. I can
Love Monica's suit.
Where's daughter?
Their poor house.
Wherever you were.
Yeah,
She's in space.
it's so great.
Best cat of all time.
Goose.
So cool. Look at this spaceship. Look at fat ass Kamala. That looks wild.
Oh yeah.
An army of Flurkins. We got our evil villain right here. Look at the sequence.
Dude.
Come on. God.
Team. No, we're not a team. We're not a team.
This is the team I never knew I needed, man.
Right? Same here. Yeah, that's it. We already saw
Ahsoka.
this one. Oh, wow. Go back.
It's Thrawn, baby.
If you want to see our reaction, if you want to see our reaction to Ahsoka, go watch our Hyperspace Hype episode from 2 weeks ago. I think that we did the celebration during our celebration 3-hour episode, which you guys should definitely watch. A little over a week ago, exactly. So yeah, this was a blast. I saw this. I'm like, okay, I can see why they released this so early because this April. This doesn't come out to November. And this is kind of like breaking the mold for not breaking the mold because they kind of used to always do like the 5 to 6 month time span. But recently, because there's been so many Marvel movies, most trailers for these movies are releasing like 3 to 4 months ahead of time. I forget when the first Guardians trailer came out. I think it was like last November or December or something like that. So along those same lines, but yeah, they're definitely easing people already into the concept of the Marvels, getting people hyped already. And this is very exciting. So we're definitely going to be seeing this in front of Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, what were your first initial reactions when you first saw this?
I was like, oh my God, it's Starlight Beacon.
Nice.
Is it not?
Public.
Like even before reading, I was like, that looks like Starlight Beacon.
That's honestly, I didn't even think about that. But now looking at this right now, hell yeah.
Now you're like, oh, I need that High Republic movie.
I do. I do. I've been thinking, man, I would have loved a High Republic adaptation. I'm so against the like adaptations of Star Wars content. But for certain books and certain material, I'm like, just make an adaptation, animated preferably. That'd be awesome. But yeah, a saber establishment right there. But overall, I was watching this trailer now. And you talked about like this being a sequel to Secret Invasion. Would it be a weird arc in Secret Invasion if he goes from space back to Earth for one last ride, whatever he says in the trailer, and then he goes back to space? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I think it also depends, like timeline wise, like what I mean. It would be odd if this is like before Secret Invasion.
It would be.
But because also, I mean, it has to be directly after the events of WandaVision, because specifically Nick Fury requests Monica to come up to space, and clearly this is what they're up to. So, I mean, I guess, if he handles all his business down on Earth, it could be fine. I guess I don't know. It depends like what the drastic changes and effects of Secret Invasion are going to last.
Exactly. It'd be funny if Secret Invasion, he just dies. We're like, oh, so this definitely takes place before Secret Invasion. Got it.
The whole one we followed was a scroll.
Oh, God.
This is the real one.
Yeah. But overall, this looks so much fun, regardless of when this is happening. But let's break it down here. Let's turn down the speed. Oh, I already did that. Okay. I'm ahead of myself. Okay. So yeah, Saber doing all the sci-fi jam in here, which is really cool. Saber Space Station, Nick Fury, East or Earth. I'm stupid. Okay. What the hell are you doing?
Something about like, I don't know if it's like the lenses they're using or lighting. Everything just looks really crisp.
It does. Caught in 4K, as they say these days. As a kid say these days.
Somebody turned up that contrast.
So Monica says the jump point perimeter. I guess this is where people can like in Guardian and stuff, this is where you can jump between different parts of space, I guess.
Maybe. It also looks like it has that electromagnetic energy that, the Wanda's TV magic had.
Wanda's TV magic. Oh,
like
okay.
The hex barrier.
Which gave Monica her powers.
Right. So I mean, if anybody's gonna come up to this, probably be her.
Yo, what's going on?
I'm gonna go touch it. Which even in the show, I was like, "What are you doing?"
Somebody on Twitter was like, "Why is she always touching shit?" She's hilarious. Could this be the cause of what the fuck's happening with their powers? Because they shouldn't be body hopping like this, but this could be the cause. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, like, why does it specifically attach to the three of them?
Yeah, like
Oh
Again,
shit! Her
it
like
looks
glove
so
face
cool.
when she did that.
Exactly, the glove like started like phasing away, and instantly turns to Kamala. So it has to have something to do with their powers. Is it the Bengal related?
I don't know. That wide shot, it actually looked like a hex. When I was looking at it.
Wait, white shot?
The other wide shot, the one before. Yeah, right there. No, go back. Yeah, there. It kind of looks like a hex shape.
It definitely does, like a in space hex. I can definitely get behind that. Somebody
It's where
call Wanda.
I went to space after she brought down the dark hole.
That'd be awesome. She's like in space.
Like fuck it. Go to a new planet.
Back into Kamala, not face. Like, what the hell is going on here? Oh god, this is hilarious.
It's funny, like when she started screaming the first time I was watching, I thought it was just Monica freaking out. I was like, that's understandable.
Monica, did your voice get low here? What happened here?
Yeah, somebody didn't watch Gravity, I guess. And
you come back and just Sandra Bullock. Like, oh, what the hell?
Oh shit! I want to cut that together now.
I'm surprised nobody asked. Instantly,
So
Nick
funny.
Fury, like instantly goes from like fear straight to like joking around.
I'm glad
This
the
is great.
suit fits enough.
Me too. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, she
one size
shortened
fits
it a
all.
little.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't think they tailor astronaut suits, so I guess it would have to be like accommodating.
Great point. Yeah, I'm not really part of NASA, but I assume they don't really tailor all that shit.
Or is that just my sci-fi alien
boom.
movie knowledge?
Again, I like the spacesuit from Monica. Not the one that she'll be keeping, but still cool.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
what
now
the
that I
hell
think
is she
about
doing
it,
against here?
Interesting question. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the jump points in the Guardians films have had a hexagon display when they jump through them. So
Yeah. So, and it said she said like I'm gonna be checking out the jump point perimeter. So
mhm.
it could be just I don't know what they're looking at. Maybe Fury could be like protecting against like a future invasion. Like, hey, check the jump point because we don't want somebody jumping in on Earth like that.
It could be they just like they found the remnants of someone who just freshly jumped, and it's like, this would be useful for us. Maybe we can harness that type of technology. Even though I'm sure they got hookups to other. I'm sure the scrolls can jump, right?
Yeah, Scrolls or
Maybe.
Kree, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think she's fighting the Kree throughout this movie, or at least Captain Marvel is. So, could be one of them. But yeah, these are. It looks like a mix of humans, but I'm assuming these are just like Kree. At least the first one here is blue. The other one's like pretty human to me. But
Yeah, and just by going off of how the trailer's playing out, you have to imagine Carol was just here.
yeah, oh, you're right. Yeah, because she swaps spaces with Carol, and then Kamala swaps places with Monica, and then Captain Marvel. Carol swaps spaces with Kamala. So it's a lot. It's gonna be very interesting for the audience to keep track of like how the swapping works in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so instantly. So then she uses her powers again. So I assume if she uses her powers there again, then who does he? And then would Kamala go right to that like moon area if that happened?
I'm not sure. So yeah, this is another thing to like ponder is like if one of them uses their power, do all three shift or just the one they are linked with?
Oh, great point. I think just the one they're linked with.
Because we see later when Kamala does it, Carol comes back, but Monica's fine.
Monica's fine. So yeah, Carol and Kamala are switched. So I think
okay. Now hold on, because now Kamala swapped with Monica, but now she swapped with Carol. So I think they're both equally linked to each other. It might be randomized. Oh no!
Wait, let me see. So
I don't think you'd pin it down.
So let's see here. When Kamala uses her powers, she gets swapped with Carol.
Or hold on. Maybe not, because I think it might have been Monica used her power in space, and that's what brought Kamala. Kamala used her power, that's what brought Carol. And presumably if Carol used her power, that's going to bring Kamala where she is.
Or Kamala. Okay.
Right?
God, I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
We got this, baby.
I know I need a
So this is the
notebook to write it
post-credit
out.
scene. I don't. As the movie goes on, it's like okay. I'm pretty sure they're gonna say it numerous times throughout the movie, so people can understand it.
The
Yeah,
lights
this
come back on. My notepad's scribbled.
Nia DaCosta did write or direct the post-credit scene.
That's
for this
great.
movie. And a lot of these are just comic book covers and concept art, which is really cool.
That is really good. Didn't even think like you could just take a superhero costume, just like roll up the sleeves. Love me some Beastie Boys. Oh shit! This says. Oh, Evan, did you notice the Marvel logo is backwards? Rewind that real quick.
Let me rewind it here. It's backwards.
That's funny.
Oh, well, I'm stupid. I never really realized that. Oh, wow.
No, I mean it goes by so fast.
Times.
Well, we're in 0.25. Of course, we see it now. Studios Marvel. That's funny.
Swapping.
Haha.
I get it. Makes sense.
You don't think?
Wait a minute. Yeah. So what is this? London?
That's
no, we're just Jersey, right?
Yeah, Jersey outside New York.
John Wick's home state, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, just unfazed Nick Fury. He's just like tired of this shit.
So again, another.
I love the whole family dynamic from Miss Marvel. Oh, by the way, they have a captured Kree dude right here.
Oh yeah, which
captured
makes sense.
soldier.
But they just like her bouncing around.
Yeah, so I assume somebody said like Captain Marvel beat them up, captured her, and then gets swapped with Kamala again, and that's what we have here. Did I get in? I just cannot wait for this whole dynamic.
I guess it could also confirm that if you're holding on to somebody and you get transported, you're probably going to take them with you.
Yeah, that could work as well. Yeah, their house, dude. What a wreck.
I was glad the whole family's back.
Me too. The whole family is just fantastic. It was like the magical heart of Miss Marvel, which a show I just love.
Is that still both of our favorite Disney Plus show for Marvel?
For Marvel, it's always been between this and Loki, depending on the day.
Okay.
I think Loki ended slightly stronger, but I also like Miss Marvel's ending as well. I don't know. It's hard. But by the way, people have been commenting on like the Iman Vellani photo here that she's carrying in the data, whatever she's holding.
Oh, is that her? Is that the photo that was posted when she was cast?
Exactly. It's a photo that she got, or that was on the internet from Variety and other reports when she was first cast as Miss Marvel. People said like it was basically the only photo that they had of her because she's a rising actress.
I love when movies just like we need an older photo of someone. It's like you take my real life one.
Yeah, take the real life like yearbook pictures or whatever.
It is so funny watching John Wick every time seeing the young Keanu for their files.
Yeah. So yeah, this is great. Love the family. Monica just basically wearing the sword outfit, but it kind of works for her proton outfit as well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been updated to a hell of a lot more like it, but it's also its own thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the costumes here have gone like a lot more simplistic, but it's just as effective.
I agree. Yeah, so this is her surrounded by the crazy same people in the armor that she was fighting against on the moon.
Right.
Awesome powers. Love that for her.
Really cool. Okay, so this is in her house, so they're gonna get jumped again, I presume. Maybe the dude escapes. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Wow. So she was like mid-flight. Carol was mid-flight.
Yeah, I mean, this is why it makes a lot of sense why they delayed the film just to add the effects, because that's a lot of effects going from person to person. So they got to get it just right.
It's also a lot to just choreograph correctly and match the continuities of the
exactly. This
not just like what the action is, but like the scenario that they're in.
I love this anger. And the new suit, by the way, is just awesome. I really love it.
Yeah. So we got Carol Danvers here, who's canonically like 50 in the MCU.
Yeah, canonically, yeah. Great hairstyle, by the way, for Carol.
Pre-blood don't age.
Oh yeah, exactly. Kree
yeah.
don't crack, right?
Right.
Okay.
That sounded better. Strike. Does that work? So this is
Yeah.
so imagine Carol was like definitely running around because that's Goose here. Whose
That poor
ship is this?
human. Yeah. I guess this is, the Kree spaceship. This is just it looks just like the spaceship that they fight at the end of the movie. Could this be the main boss's ship? That'd be kind of chaotic.
Has Carol been fighting this war for 30 years?
Since she was 9 years old. 6 years old. Her reaction is the best.
One of the best reactions I've ever seen in the whole franchise.
It's the best because everybody would have that same reaction, like, "Oh my god, somebody just got eaten by a cat." That's not normal. But by the way, love her hair again. But this whole just space adventures is just so awesome. It's just like everybody going to space for the first time. You know, everybody always compares it to like Captain America in space for the first time, but this whole experience is like so much fun.
Oh yeah, and I got that jump point going.
So this is the first one of the many new planets rumored to be having
Themyscira.
Oh my god, Diana just shows up like in Shazam or whatever.
I still,
but yeah, you haven't seen Shazam. Wow.
I mean, it's out on digital, so I'll find a way.
Yeah,
My theater is still playing it. And I'm just like, they're trying. 65 as a one showtime.
Oh boy, 465. We saw that one at least.
$65 box office, baby.
Great. They wish.
65 million. Not quite.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this world as we see later in the trailer, I think it's the one that's rumored to have like a musical element to it as well.
That complex there does look like a harp.
Team it up. So yeah, awesome suit.
Cool.
I like Kamala's powers. I commented on it towards like the end of the series, but the way she was using her powers is really cool. Yeah, no idea what's going on here.
Kamala must have been participating in something for the family. Interesting to note during that the last shot with Kamala doing those kick flips against the wall, it looks like she's wearing her costume that she got at the end of the her show before getting her newer one later.
Oh, you think this is the show one versus the new one that we see?
I think so. I think it's a lot more like just that shade of blue specifically in the printing.
Really cool. I would love to have Kamala's powers. I was so iffy on it, like in all the rumors. I was like, why are they changing her powers in the comics? But I just love the way it's used.
It's more so just an asset. You know, obviously the thing is like they wanted to stand out for Mr. Fantastic when they got there. But I'm honestly, she's still doing the stretchy. She just got crystal over it, and it's not, it doesn't look bad.
I agree. And this whole area right here, like I wonder what is going on. There's like an alien species in the back. People look different. Like this, I think this is the world that they just jumped to, which again goes with the whole musical dance sequence that people have been hearing about. In this segment,
I can see that being like a funny scenario where like Carol's like probably trying to go after somebody, and then she like looks around and is like, "Oh no, shit! These are humans." She mixes up the locations.
Exactly. This whole sequence is funny. Like, how do you get out of this? You're jumping down. You switch bodies. That's hilarious.
Like, where were you? Did they jump out of somewhere? Or maybe she's pursuing? I don't know.
She's catching. Is that Kamala?
No, it's a random person.
It's a random person. Okay.
Did she kick her off? Oh, okay, yeah. So everybody's got. I guess everybody has the saber uniform. I think we see on the poster Monica does get like a more like custom suit for her own like superpower superhero level,
which would be cool. Yeah, exactly.
Starter. This looks like Andor.
So that was the South Korean guy people were excited for. No idea who he's from though, where he's from.
These got to be Flurkins.
These are an army of Flurkins.
Our audience is gonna go nuts when they unleash.
That'd be so
they're
cool.
Just kittens.
This is our big bad. The only movie I've seen her in is, at least that I know of, is that art movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. What was it? Velvet Buzzsaw? Yeah, that's what it was. Not a great movie, but she was great in it. Everybody was pretty great, or everybody was okay in it. The movie itself was just messy as hell.
Is she a new accuser? Like taking Ronan's place?
Oh, Good call. I think so. There's also a comic book character with her name, that is played by a male character in the comics.
Okay.
So they just gender swapped it here for the movie.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know what she is though. I
Definitely wielding
believe
the same type of hammer, and they're all wearing like same aesthetics.
I'm very confused by this human/Kree dynamic going on here. Are the humans
Yeah.
just working for the Kree? Are they a different species that just look like humans? I'm not sure.
This is a Maul Mandalore situation.
Exactly. We'll see.
Defeat Ronin in ritual combat. Yeah, there's the suit.
So you're right, Nathan. Yeah, this suit looks much more different from the one that she was using when she
Yeah.
was fighting against
I do
for Miss
not.
Marvel, by the way. Yeah.
I do not hate this suit like a lot of people I've been seeing have been. I will say
For Miss Marvel?
yeah, for this new one, I will say I do understand that I prefer the one she got at the end of her season because I like just the overall sleekness of it more. I mean, this is
Yeah, I
plenty
agree.
sleek. It's simplistic, but like the first one, I really like the embedded details, especially like the cloth fabric was like it had like it was ingrained with different symbols from Kamal's culture because her mom stitched it herself.
Exactly. It had more of a cultural, for lack of better words, like a cultural impact
Mhm.
than this suit did. This suit looks more comic booky, which is cool, but the one from their show, it looked comic booky, but it also looked like personal. More
And you know
so.
they might end up in a situation where like they just like they need their suits, but maybe they don't have access to them, or maybe they get damaged and they gotta build up again. I mean,
Possibly.
they all literally everybody here has a new suit. I really like Carol's. I think it looks really nice.
Is this Carol suit different from the one we saw at the beginning of the trailer?
Oh yeah, look how big that star is.
Oh wow, I never realized that she also changed suits as well.
I think
Why are we all trading suits in this movie? What's going on
so
here?
we got to sell the action figures, buddy. That's not why.
It kind of is why, but
it is, yeah.
I kind of saw this complaint on Twitter, and I agree. It's just like we see these suits for like one episode, and then Kamala changes. And Captain Marvel, we're gonna see it for one movie, and then it's gonna change by the end of the movie. Like, come on.
It's pretty much like every installment of the MCU does this. I think it's probably gotten a lot more harsh of late, just with everything, and with how much more comes out. Like whenever we got an update on, like Iron Man or Cap's suits, they were changed to like a degree enough, but it still kept the core value, and these do too for sure. But some of them just do go pretty like. We interchange them real fast. It's like, oh boy, hold up now. But
Exactly.
I still like them.
And yeah, I like our trio.
Yep.
This whole sequence is just badass, just incredible, just incredible.
So,
just the materialization right there.
Did she fall back?
Awesome.
Oh my god. And boom, Kamala's over there now. Fuck yeah. Boom.
Let's go.
So good.
Also, let me go back real quick. Main villain there. I can't pause it right. Yeah. She seems to be having another bangle like Kamala's. That could be a key part of the movie as well.
Oh, yeah. I can see that's why they would want to like keep her linked on this dangerous mission with this child.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, yeah, just stay in Jersey. But I think, yeah, Kamala is going to have a very big importance because it might be Bengal related, which could also lead to like, Shang-Chi post-credit scenes, like Bengal, 10 Rings, this stuff could be all connected. You never know.
There was a 10 Rings logo in Miss Marvel from remembering.
You're right. I just remember that too. Like in the penultimate episode or whatever episode it was, in the 1940s, there was like a 10 Rings symbolism in that excavation site, which is really, really cool. And that's it.
Nice.
Oh no. We're all part of the team.
I love just a casual hanging around the ship.
How many times did we just ask for this? We went on a whole rant for like our Avengers rumors or whatever that was a couple months ago or weeks ago. And yeah,
where's the camaraderie?
Like heroes being casual. Just be casual. Not everything needs to be like life and death. Hurry up! Come on, grab my hand. Like, come on.
Remember the lifting Thor hammer party? That was fun.
Exactly. That's probably the best part of Age of Ultron. One of the best parts.
There's good. There's good in it.
Yeah, there is good in Age of Ultron.
There's still good in him. I know.
So let's jump into the Penguin trailer. Have you seen the trailer, by the way, for the last voyage of the Demeter?
No, I think I saw a thumbnail for it, like briefly glanced by that. I don't even know what it is.
Pretty damn good. I liked it. I'm excited for it. It's a tale about Dracula before he gets to Transylvania.
Ooh, that does sound interesting.
It's that short story at the beginning of is it Mary Shelley's Dracula? Yeah.
Bram Stoker, I think.
Bram Stoker. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I always get the confused because in 10th grade, students had an option to read one of those two books as their summer reading books. And of course, I chose Dracula because I'm a huge vampire fan. And Frankenstein was much more cerebral. But anyways, this is a teaser trailer, in production teaser, whatever you want to call it, for
sizzle, if you will.
Yeah.
Make me sizzle.
Lucasfilm single-handedly made me hate the word sizzle.
Why? Because you didn't get actual footage.
That Rogue One first one would kill me. The Rogue One teaser sizzle.
That does feel pretty bogus. Like, imagine flying all the way out to Europe and it's like, yeah, here's production footage.
Yeah, I'm so mad.
It's like, you're showing me a Blu-ray feature, right?
But at least they filmed that for the live stream. Remember that when they filmed Rogue One and 11 a.m. streams on the live stream? Come on, Lucasfilm, bring that back.
I mean, hey, it was a cool teaser of the crawl turning and glitching.
Oh, you're right. That was dope.
I like that a lot. But yeah, so here we got over on DC side, we got The Penguin, which is currently in production from Matt Reeves himself.
Exactly. Matt Reeves is producing this. I wonder if he directed an episode. Probably not. Too busy.
Maybe.
We'll see. But yeah, the bottom right hand side, this says Max. And overall, last Wednesday, last Wednesday, HBO Max had a whole stock, what do they call it, investors conference where they announced to the public how they're transitioning from HBO Max to Max, which is weird. HBO is synonymous with the best television of the last 40 to 50 years. I believe 40, yeah. And it's just weird that HBO Max is taken off the HBO, which is like the brand.
Yeah, that's so odd. Like, Max isn't your driving force at all.
No, it's like when your parents want to say, like, hey, what channel is Succession on? What channel is Game of Thrones on? People know HBO.
Max.
They're not gonna say, oh yeah, go to Max to catch all the biggest stuff. And a lot of the stuff that they revealed last week, whether it was Penguin that you see here, there's a new trailer for the new season of what's it called? True Detective, which was really cool.
There's an animated Gremlin show, which looks fun.
Animated Gremlin show. So they see Gremlins.
Oh shit! Well, hey, now that's a commentary. I thought I just like culminate these Spielberg produced things that you haven't checked out.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, you said you hadn't seen Poltergeist, right?
I have not seen Poltergeist.
Gremlins.
Was Gremlin Spielberg? What do you mean?
He produced it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'm like Chris Columbus do fucking Gremlins. I don't think so.
Sounds like a Chris Columbus thing to do.
What's his name? Richard Donner. I think he did Goonies.
I know that guy. But yeah, so a lot of stuff that they revealed was interesting. But for me, the HBO Max thing is just messy. We'll see if they change it eventually. Probably not. At least not this year. But yeah, so this is The Penguin. This is a spinoff of obviously The Batman from 2022, continuing right after the events of The Batman. So you see Gotham here is flooded. That is because, the spoiler alert for the events of The Batman, the Riddler succeeds in flooding most of Gotham. But, people were saved because of The Batman and the police's efforts. So this is a chaotic time for Gotham, as the Penguin's going to use this time to rise to power. That's what this series is mostly going to be about.
You could
very
say
much crime-oriented series.
You could say something has gotten in the way of Gotham.
Ooh. I mean that should really be the opening for every episode.
For the Penguin?
in the way.
That don't fit. It gotta be something else. We gotta find
That'd
another
be
classic.
awesome.
So I mean, Moody for Bruce Wayne works. We gotta find some ridiculous
Yeah.
shit for Penguin.
But okay, let's watch this first in full speed, and then we'll break it down.
This is one of those
Shots from the
moments.
movie. I like that they're keeping the
You
fonts.
gotta ask yourself.
Me too. Yeah. I didn't know this was gonna be like a featurette. I thought it was gonna be an initial trailer. So I was like, what are these camera people here doing?
The world ain't built for guys like
They
us.
screwed up the shot.
That's why we gotta take whatever we decide.
This
Yeah,
this does
again-
inherently. This does feel like an HBO show.
It does, right? Because of the whole crime aspect. I love that actor. Really good. A lot of the actors in this are fantastic.
I will find
What are
him.
you showing me? Oh, I love her. Christina Milioti, which is awesome. Batman Saga.
Whoa.
Step out of line. I got you like a goddamn fit.
Oof.
You imagine the people saying my name in the streets after you're gone. Have it mean something.
It's gonna be so fucking good. Colin Farrell, dude. Give
Give him the Emmy now.
Been a god.
Subtitles really messing up.
The No Ken Pentagon.
Subtitles really working overtime. Yeah, so not a lot to break down, but there's some interesting stuff here, and stuff that we know from casting alone. One of the things that is not revealed in this trailer is what's his name? I'm making on the name. The guy from John Wick 4, Clancy Brown.
Oh, Clancy Brown's in
Clancy
this.
Brown is rumored to be playing. Who is the guy that Bruce's father arrested? The big crime guy, not Maroney. Is it Maroney? Is it? Because
Is it? Yeah, I think
in
so.
this-
Salvador Moroni.
Salvador Maroney is played by Clancy Brown. Correct. Okay, and he's like the main
Wow.
antagonist. He's gonna be released from prison, I believe. So it'll be a bid for power between Penguin and Salvador Maroney, played by Clancy Brown. But of
Yeah.
course, Falcone got shot in the Batman, but his daughter is also playing a bid for power, played by Christine Milioti. So there's multiple power players now. You got the daughter, you got the Penguin, and you got Salvador Maroney back in the picture as well. So a lot of the gangs are going to be using this craziness to exert their influence, which is very exciting. And
Now-
I'm so happy that this is a TV format.
Question then becomes, with all this shit going down, where's the Batman? Because he himself even called out that there's going to be a lot of chaos from this flood, which, clearly from the show, that is true. What's he going to be up to? He didn't go to Bloodhaven. He's here.
Yeah, Catwoman was like, "Peace out, Bruce. You handle this. You'll be fine." He was like, "Fuck." There was rumors that Batman can't appear, but Bruce can. But I think those have been refuted. So I think just be surprised either way. I think it's very likely that we get some undercover Bruce action with his hoodie and cap.
I wonder how that contractually goes, because I know there's always been a big problem with Batman in TV, but maybe because this is explicitly made through Warner Bros. Themselves, dropping through Max, that maybe they have a bit more creative leeway to do so.
I think they do. So I would like some Batman, but also I want limited, right? I want this to be a Penguin series. So I don't want him saving. I don't want Batman, quote unquote, saving the day. But I don't want him coming in at the last minute, and be like, "Hey, everybody's arrested now. I win." But because
Jigsaw Penguin, time to stop Coop. I just turned into Batman and Robin. Let's go.
That's amazing. I cannot picture Rob Battenbat.
Battinson.
Battinson, yeah.
They all have a nickname, and by all I mean two of them: Batfleck and
Batfleck and Battinson.
What do you call Bale?
Battle.
Baleman.
Baleman.
The Baleman.
Oh gosh. Baleman. What about homeboy?
Keaton.
Keaton. Yeah. Keaton Bat. Yeah, his is hard. This is impossible.
Fucking let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts.
And even with Bale, all I think about is the fucking overused fucking Christian Bale. Like whenever someone leaves the scene.
Wow. Didn't even think of that one. Okay. So yeah.
Is that Matt?
I can't wait to get the director list
Yeah.
for this. You say that, Ryan?
No, not Ryan. No, fucking Matt. Matt Reeves.
I'm sure he.
Ryan Johnson directing The Penguin. Holy hell! Imagine that.
What are they cooking? If they get all these great directors for shows like Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew, they better.
Skeleton Crew is too off the hook. How'd that happen?
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Like the Daniels. How about you join the Batman? Come on. I know you like Favreau and them, but come on.
The sandbox.
Is this Penguin's car? Maybe.
It's Aquaman's. It's all Trident.
Yeah, I had that Trident. I'm like, whose car is this? I mean, by the way, just the character, the ability to play the Penguin for so long. I don't know how many episodes, but probably I'm assuming 68 episodes.
Yeah. Maybe 10.
Just the whole wobble. Maybe 10. That'd be great.
Could be 12.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are gonna be like 45 minute. Usually HBO does their 45 minutes to an hour, unlike Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just so excited for Bale's performance here. I mean, Colin's performance. Skipping ahead.
And
we gotta take whatever we can.
Even though we're on a TV budget, I mean, like, the quality of HBO Max's, productions are, nothing to shy away from. I just, I very appreciate that all of Gotham consistently looks like it does from the movie.
I agree. Everything looks consistently the same. HBO Max has fantastic, like you said, production as a whole. Like shows like Succession, Game of Thrones. There's no reason to like not trust the production for this.
And even if you want to see like how they can really step up the budget, you look how a lot of the CW shows were running for the Arrowverse, and then you got Superman and Lois funded through HBO Max, and it's like, oh, I see.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know who he's working for, but most people have seen this actor around.
He's from Man of Steel.
Is he in Man of Steel?
He definitely is in Man of Steel. He's that side reporter who's like.
Oh, you're right.
Talks
he's in everything.
Lois
He's fantastic in. What was he in recently? What's that one Amazon show? Jack Ryan. Yeah, he's Jack Ryan's like best hand man from season 1. He shows up in season 3 again.
Is he his Q?
No. He worked for the CIA in the first season. Then he works as like a contractor in the 3rd season because he leaves the CIA. Spoiler alert. But he's just a fantastic character actor. I love this guy. He's been some of my favorite shows of all time, like Persons of Interest when I used to watch that on CBS.
That's that. As soon as you said, I'm like, that's a CBS show. God damn it! I knew it.
Persons of Interest. A lot of these spy action drama shows. He's in a lot of them. He's just fantastic character actor all around. I would assume he works for Falcone. So people again just like even though Falcone's in prison, a lot of his people are still going to be exerting their influence in support of him. Or not in prison. He's dead. I keep thinking he's in prison, but he's freaking dead.
He died for sure.
I mean, he got shot in the head, right?
Was it? I don't think it was the head. I mean, he was able to like look up and like mutter.
Yeah. Pretty sure he's dead. Don't know who this lady is though.
Amanda Waller.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, you shot me! Come on.
FEMA, Homeland Security.
I'm definitely ready for more Penguin memes. First quote.
Oh,
the mic's in picture.
What?
The mic is in frame. Show ruined.
What are they doing over there? Come on.
He's shooting blanks. The shot ain't even finished. What horrible CGI. It is cool that they can like cut over to the actual camera work.
She's gonna be great. Yeah. If trying to think of shows people have seen her in, I'm blanking completely at the
How
moment.
I Met Your Mother.
Is she in that?
I think she's the mother.
Never watched that show before. Wait, she's the mother?
Yes, but I think the ending retcons it to not be her, and everyone's like, "This is a bad ending."
Isn't she like super young though?
Well, yeah, it's told in like a flashback narrative.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, makes sense. See, I never watched the show before, but now it's all clicking.
But it's CBS.
Yeah, come on. But yeah, she also had an HBO Max show. I forget what it was like Love something recently that was canceled. But yeah, she's in here playing Carmine Falcone's daughter.
She was the one from Palm Springs, yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Palm Springs. Let me look that up.
Which I finally recently watched last year and fell in love with it, adored it. I'm already a sucker for time travel, but you bring love into it, love and time travel. Well, that's my whole show, Time Blazer, an original series streaming on this channel.
Yeah, she was in How I Met Your Mother. The show that she was on for HBO was called Made for Love. It had 2 seasons.
They weren't. Oh, 2 seasons. You can wrap it up.
Palm Springs. Apparently, she was in Wolf of Wall Street. Don't remember her in that one though. Black Mirror. Apparently, she was in there somewhere. Never really finished Black Mirror. It wasn't for me.
I never really began it. But it's all pretty like one-off stories.
Yeah. But okay. People also see rumored to be like the love interest for the Penguin, but I don't really think so. I don't see the Penguin as having kind of a love interest, but we shall see.
The Skywalker saga.
Exactly right.
You imagine the Rey trailer is like the next chapter in the Skywalker saga. No.
Oh God, I would run away. We see this character. We see this guy that around for a lot of the teaser production, whatever. He's helping put the body in here. He's talking to Penguin. If you even step out of line once, you're gonna get killed. And the kid's like,
"I got you like a goddamn fish."
Like a goddamn fish. Get it? Because I'm the Penguin. No.
That's not the same kid from the fucking train in the first movie, is it?
No, I don't think so.
I've been seeing him pretty active on Twitter recently. It's also because he's on Titans and he plays Robin. He plays Robin.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How many Robins I got in there? Jeez.
Playing
with fire. Not much else from this trailer. But again, like he's trying to like increase his fame. That's his thing. Increase his fame, increase his notoriety, rise to power. You can skip through the rest here. Colin Farrell, new award nominee.
The No King Pentagon. That's my new @
King Pentagon, so stupid. I'll stop sharing for now. But yeah, very cool. So we got Penguin coming in 2024, followed by a year later, the Batman Part 2 in 2025. Ooh. So
will we get Mr. Freeze?
I hope Mr. I'm actually more on the Clayface side of things than Mr. Freeze now. I would love Mr. Freeze, but Clayface would be really, really cool. And people are worried like, oh, I don't want things to get too supernatural for Matt Reeves' universe, but I'm like, I think he's earned. I think he can. I think there's plenty of supernatural vibes that can exist in this grounded universe.
I think there's a way you can go with Clayface. That's you could keep it grounded, especially from like a horror aspect, because Clayface definitely lends himself to a pretty horrific side of the Batman mythos. Just the whole like, body morphing. I mean, if most of the movie, if you wanted to, if you like had someone like on his team who's like expert sculptor who can like mold his face into other people, or if he can do it himself, and then kind of conclude kind of the same way the animated series does for that specific introduction episode, and just he has identity crisis and he starts like morphing into different ones. Maybe this one he doesn't morph. Maybe he just kind of like starts to like lose his composure and he starts to like melts into clay. Like, oh god, that would be like pretty like Cronenberg-y level of freaky.
I would love that. I love that. That's a great pitch because you're right. I think there's a way to make this like you can get into the deeper horror psychological elements. And the first one was kind of a crime thriller kind of thing, and you can keep that crime detective vibe. We can also go a bit deeper into the horror elements. I think that'd be really cool. Just like switch up the genre a little bit for these movies.
And it's a really great like storyline to base off of from the animated series, because there's a whole subplot of frames as and like Bruce Wayne's getting attacked in the tabloids, but because in the episode, Bruce is so focused in his Batman stuff, he doesn't even notice what's going on in tabloids with Bruce Wayne. He's like too laser locked, and that lends itself perfectly with Pattinson's portrayal right now.
Totally. Yeah, that was kind of his first arc in the movie, is accepting who he is as Bruce and Batman. So that's a good call, Nathan. You should email Matt Reeves before he finishes the script.
Yeah, I'm sure I won't go to spam.
Yeah. No, he will see your name. It will say Time Blazer. He'll be like, "Oh, Nathan Time. Got it. Okay, cool."
He'll see my long ass email with numbers in it and be like, "Oh, this is legit."
Yeah, you gotta change that shit.
Yeah. I got a more professional email. I'm not gonna leak it, but yeah. Look, man. Next thing you know, they're fucking hacking my channel. And
by the way, I sent you a link to share for the next news story. There? Okay, yeah, perfect, great. So our next story, I want to keep it in the DC realm. Last week, Creature Commandos, the cast for this Creature Commandos group was revealed by Collider exclusively, and then James Gunn kind of revealed the rest on his Twitter as well. So we know for James Gunn's DC plan, it's called DC Gods and Monsters, and this is definitely the monsters portion of it all. And we were kind of shocked that this is one of the first things he revealed. It's very James Gunn-esque, but it's very interesting as well.
Yeah, it's an animated series. Even just like the imagery here looks like a modern comic book aesthetic.
Totally. And as we learned from his initial reveal about Gods and Monsters for Phase 1 of the DC thing, these animated voice actors are also going to be playing their characters in live action appearances as well.
All sorts of media.
All sorts of media, yeah. So animated live action, back and forth, very fun idea. Yeah, so let's talk about the cast here.
Yeah, it's very much a big thing. That's like, it's not only that we're going to be getting their voices here, but like eventually when they make their way to the screen, whether that's big or small, it's going to be the voice actors themselves.
Yep.
So that's pretty compelling, especially with our first big casting here. Who we got?
So we have Sean Gunn returning as Weasel.
Nice.
Very cool. But he'll be joined by, here we go, Frank Grillo.
Hey.
People know him from, Winter Soldier, Purge Anarchy, other fantastic movies. Playing Rick Flag Sr. Very interesting there. Maria Bakalova from, she's playing like Cosmo and Guardians, but most notably she was in...
she was in that Borat movie.
Borat, yes, the Borat sequel.
Right. That was a breakout, it might have been.
I agree. I think you're right. So Princess Ilana Rostovic, Indira Pharma from Obi-Wan Kenobi, as well as Game of Thrones. She playing the bride.
Awesome.
Zoe Shao as Nina Markuski. Zoe Shao, I'm not really sure where she's from, but she does. The name does ring a bell now. Is she the one from After Party? Could be mistaken there. I'll look her up later. Alan Tudyk, though, we all know him. Alan Tudyk, K2SO from Rogue One.
Sonny from iRobot. A lot of droids.
Exactly, a lot of droids. But yeah, in live action, he's appeared in tons of other comedy shows as well. Playing Dr. Phosphorus. David Harbour, Stranger Things fame. Hey. And, Black Widow. There we go. Playing Eric Frankenstein. Sean Gunn again as G.I. Robot. So 2 roles for Sean Gunn. Very funny.
It's funny. I can so easily see. What's his name? You just said it. No, David Harbour. Yeah, I can totally see him playing like a big old Frankenstein guy. That sounds so fun.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it matches. And then Steve Agee playing John Economos. Don't really know that actor though. A lot of these, I feel like if I just looked them up, I'd be like, oh, that's who they are. Yeah, again, so let's match some pictures to the name. So Rick Flag Sr. from left to right, we have Rick Flag Sr. Indira Varma playing right here. I think this No, wait. I think she's a bride. She's a bride, actually. That's a bride. Let me go back. Maria Bakalova played Princess Ilana Rostovic. Wait, actually, which one's the bride? Which one's princess? What do you think?
The bride would be in the center, like Bride of Frankenstein. That's why.
Yeah, bride, and then this is the princess, played by Maria Bakalova.
Yeah.
Dr. Phosphorus.
Aquatic.
Yeah, the aquatic one. Then we have Dr. Phosphorus, Dr. Frankenstein, GI Robot, and the Weasel, who presumably has survived the last Suicide Squad thing, or just a different Weasel. Whatever.
No, Weasel did survive. He was I think he was a.
Oh, you're right. He's in the post-credit scene. I totally forgot about that. Wow.
He's murdered 27 children, I believe. Was
not great.
Not great. What are we?
So this will be on Max.
What are we? Some kind of the Creature Commandos?
Somebody better say that, please. So yeah, overall, the Weasel, as I mentioned here, the Weasel is kind of like the only one that we have seen so far in live action. So it makes sense for him to return. But he's also playing GI Robot, which is funny.
I wonder
I don't
how
know much about these characters.
Yeah, I wonder how that will go. Is that going to like double the on-set mocap for Shangun performance capture, or how will that go? That's a question.
Very good question. I have no idea. Maybe we should.
I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible because Shangun, for a while, the last couple movies, or no, all three, he's been playing both Kraglin and Rocket on set. For Guardians.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. He's been playing both characters, so they'll make it work.
You can do it.
Looks like they don't go into who are the Creature Commandos. Yeah, thanks a lot, article. Come on, give us some comic book history, whatever.
Didn't we break it down before? Maybe.
We talked about it when we went over the whole DC phase a couple months ago.
Yeah. But I think like half of that we were like, I don't know this storyline. I don't know these people.
Maybe that's exactly what we did. But yeah, I remember I watched so many videos that week about like what they are, and just went right over my head. But it's an offshoot kind of gang, an offshoot Suicide Squad, Task Force X-esque thing, with just different creatures. And I don't know if they're working for Amanda Waller per se, but they're doing their own thing. They're in a different pocket of the universe.
I mean, the thought of bringing like people like these, the Suicide Squad and Team Peacemaker all together, that's Justice League level enough crossover, honestly.
Oh, great point.
Just for something wacky.
Yeah, and that's a lot of what James Gunn's first initial things are. Like, we got Superman, Batman, all that kind of stuff, but we get Creatures Commandos. We get that other weird, like R-rated potentially. I forget what that one's called now.
The Authority?
The Authority, yeah. So like we got some weird stuff happening. The Thing, which is surprising. Very, very cool.
Swamp Thing I think could definitely like tie in with Creature Commandos.
Yeah. So other news stories that we have here, moving out of the DC realm, Scream filmmakers. We have both seen Scream, 5 and 6.
1 through 6 if you're nasty.
Exactly. We've seen the whole Scream franchise, but recently for 5 and 6, they have been directed by not Wes Craven, but Radio Silence. Radio Silence is like this production company helmed by these two directors. I forget their names right now. But Radio Silence is going to be helming the new Universal monster movie. Universal has been doing like these rebooted monster movies after the chaos of the Dark Universe. They just been like, okay, let's take our time and do these things in proper ways. Like we got Invisible Man from 2020. That was the last one we've seen. COVID kind of stopped their plans for more movies, but they're back. And
we are also they're currently in production on or in some type of production on the Wolfman with Ryan Gosling.
Thanks, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that one's probably in going to come out before this one because that's been in production for a minute now.
Yeah, are they? Have they filmed?
Ryan just finished doing Barbie, so maybe they haven't even started filming yet for
Possibly.
that Wolfman. But yeah, Ryan doing Wolfman. Isn't he doing it with the director Place Beyond the Pines? I forget the guy's name.
Oh, okay.
Let me look that up. Place Beyond the Pines. It's like San Fran's. What's his name? Derek San France. I'm pretty sure he's the one doing the Wolfman. Wolfman, Ryan Gosling. Let's see here. Yeah, Derek San France working with Ryan Gosling. Their first time reuniting since Place Beyond the Pines, and that's Universal's Wolfman reboot. But yeah, that's kind of like, I think that's going to be ahead of this one, even though they haven't really started filming yet. But we do know from this one, Radio Silence is helming this new Universal monster movie. We don't know what the monster is yet, but we do have a lead actress rumored to be attached to star, and that is the star lead in the recent Scream movies, Melissa Barrera. Queen. She's great. I loved her in Scream 5. She's even better in Scream 6.
God, she hypes me up. Her character in Scream hypes me up every time, man. She's so cool. To being spoilers for Scream 5 and 6, being the daughter of Billy Loomis and having serial killer tendencies. Oh my God! But she's our good guy. Yes.
It's so weird. I remember watching Scream 5. Like, they're really going there. It could have been so messy, and goofy, but they make it work. And it still is kind of goofy. But the Scream franchise in general is kind of goofy, so it kind of works.
This is my Ray Palpatine.
Yes, but they make it like much more like psychologically like interesting than Ray.
It's from the jump, isn't it?
Yeah, it tells us early on. It adds like a little bit of depth to the character, especially the way they handle it in Scream 6, where it's messing with her like notoriety and her psychology, and she doesn't really know who she is and trying to navigate that, and her relationship with Tara. I just think she's written so well in the Scream movies, and she's just a fantastic actress. She's great in also our movie from 2020 or 2021, the musical.
In the Heights, yeah, 2021.
In the Heights, 2021, right?
That's what I was
a year.
introduced to her through.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, she's amazing. She plays a love interest to Anthony Ramos's character. And yeah, wait, no. But yes.
You're right.
Yeah,
you got
I'm
it.
right. I'm good. I'm like, wait, no, nope, I'm right. Okay.
It's the budding romance.
Budding romance. So she's fantastic. So
she can sing, she can dance, she can act, she can slice throats. What more could you ask for?
Not much else. Slicing throats is the highest you can get there. Yeah.
But as far as who she could be playing, now granted, her being the lead doesn't necessarily mean she's playing a monster. Could just be the leading person in said project. However,
kind of like Invisible Man, right? Where Elizabeth Moss is an Invisible Man, obviously, but she's like the lead.
Until
the sequel.
But as far as this goes, I mean, I think it's fun to cast her in like the monster role. It sounds pretty fun. Like I think I was saying the other day, she would make a pretty compelling Bride of Frankenstein.
You got me there with Bride of Frankenstein. That would be really awesome.
She could also make a really good vampire, I feel like, as well.
I love a good vampire movie. I still haven't seen Renfield, but just the vampire era is coming back now in a very interesting way. With Renfield,
not so Twilight.
Yeah, not so Twilight way. We have Renfield. We have Last Voyage of Demeter, which I was talking to Nathan about recently. Last Voyage of Demeter, Renfield.
Recently, I think you called out live on the stream.
Oh, was it live? Yeah, duh.
Because we were looking for the Marvel's trailer.
For some reason, I was like, I think I talked about that off air before we went live. But anyways, it's been a long pod. It's been an hour. And there's supposed to be that rumored, like, I forget who's directing it, but another Dracula vampire-esque movie coming out in the next few years. But in general, Bride of Frankenstein is something that we haven't seen in a while.
Heavily rumored for a long time to be with Angelina Jolie.
Exactly, yes. Never came through because the Dark Universe died.
Originally Javier Bardem was going to be our Frankenstein monster.
Exactly, which still would have been great. But Bride of Frankenstein, that was an older. This that has been a movie, right, in the past. Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, one of Universal's earliest entries was Bride of Frankenstein,
Okay.
and all those classic Universal horror lineup.
I've seen some of the classic Universal horror movies, but I haven't seen all of them. Bride of Frankenstein being like one I've always wanted to watch, but I haven't really gotten around to it.
A lot of people hail Bride of Frankenstein being even better than the original Frankenstein.
Wow. Okay, so I really gotta watch it. Um, so so yeah, her being in Bride of Frankenstein would be really cool. I love that idea a lot.
Yeah.
I also thought like Creature from the Black Lagoon and her playing a character in that would be really awesome.
I would love that. Yeah, Creature from Black Lagoon is a really interesting one. I'm content in the modern age for now because Guillermo del Toro basically did it with Shape of Water in his own artistic way.
Yes, good
And
point.
it was wonderful. I mean, because even if it's like you look at it, it's like it doesn't say it's a creature, just the origins of him coming like from abducted from the Amazon and stuff like that. It's like it's the creature.
Is the creature exactly? Yeah.
But
um,
I would love to see like a more like horrific angle from that, and maybe like in the original, like actually taking place in that tropical setting, that forest
that'd be dope. That'd be really
at the
cool.
Black Lagoon.
That'd be really cool. I like that. I think some of the Universal monster movies that we can just scrap that aren't going to be this one, it's like The Mummy. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have another Mummy movie so soon.
It'll be a while.
It'll probably be a while, which I think The Mummy is just so prime for a good horror reboot, dude. I think it'd just be really awesome. They really wanted to copy Brendan Fraser's action adventure vibe, but go back to the horror realm for The Mummy. That'd be really cool. I think people are ready for that.
Yeah. Really like play into like that Days Lost, like get entrapped in a fucking tomb, a pyramid or something. Like that could be
exactly.
Compelling.
Yeah, make it like a claustrophobic horror film.
Now there are horror films that have tried this, and they didn't succeed the best. But if you do it right, you get the good creative team, you can make magic.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't think it's The Mummy. I don't think this is The Invisible Woman. There's another one that I crossed off as an option as well, but I forget now. Yeah, again, this could be vampire related. I just don't think it is either. I don't think this is going to be Dracula related. But yeah. However much I would love that though.
Yeah, they would kick off with Dracula first before they did anybody else.
Exactly. So we shall see. But yeah, whatever it's going to be, I'm excited. I'm so excited for these more Universal monster movies, and I'm excited for Radio Silence to be doing this.
Evan, something that would be compelling as hell to play with her acting chops. Seeing how she bounces between, a normal person and serial killer. If maybe they did a gender bent Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Wow! Holy shit! What a pull! That'd be very cool.
That might have shot to the top of my list. I don't know, man. That sounds compelling.
You're saying that because like the way she's playing, like in the Scream movies, right? Where it's like, is she bad? Is she good? Kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, playing into like that, takeover sounds really compelling.
Oh man, that'd be really interesting. Because how many Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde movies have there been? It's just that one movie.
There's random ones here and there. I think Universal did tackle one themselves. But yeah, otherwise there haven't really been too many, but it's always been a staple classic, based on book and a lot of like inspiration for, like the Hulk as we know him, his origins was based off of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So, big cultural zeitgeist, that one.
Yeah, that's a fucking awesome idea. And that's a movie that we just haven't seen in decades. An adaptation of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
And that would be a
version. Wow.
Yeah, and that would be a clean one to like really go off of and just make your own thing without any like preconceived really super attachment to previous projects. It would be a good Kickstarter in the beginning phases of a better Dark Universe.
I agree, and overall, I'm just very excited for this direction that they're going in. Really fun stuff there. So yeah,
do Jaws. Let's do Jaws.
Jaws reboot. How many shark movies can there be?
Honestly, I do find it fun to like include Jaws as like the definitive like final in the classic Universal horror monsters, just because it's pretty damn compelling as a horror monster.
Yeah, good old Bruce. Don't fuck
Good old
with Bruce.
The Bruce that wanted revenge against the Brody family by the fourth film. What the fuck?
I've
Even though it's a
still-
fourth shark that gets blown up.
Still never
It's-
seen Jaws 3 or 4.
It's got to just be a shark family, right? Like they all just want revenge for the last shark blown up.
It's like the Taken sequels, where it's like, you killed my family. I'm like, come on, get out of here.
Wherever you go, I will swim to you, and I will chew you.
But moving away from DC and monsters, there's been a Marvel update last week, which I really liked.
Oh,
Mia
yeah.
Goth. sticking
This
to
is a horror
realm,
pod.
though.
We should have
Yeah.
just did the fucking first episode of Cinema. I know I'm slacking.
But Mia Goth from she's in a lot of things. She was in
X Pearl.
X Pearl. She's going to be filming the third of that Pearl X trilogy
Maxine.
called Maxine, coming out. Is that later this year?
I think so. She recently just did what was that film with the Skarsgård?
Oh crap! Came out in January. It was like that horror crap. What was that
It was
called?
like that author tourist one that gets real
Crap.
wacky.
Yeah, that looked not up my alley. That was too much for me.
I'm intrigued. I think she was also in, like, as early as I can think about it, I think she's in A Cure for Wellness.
Oh, is she? Now that you say that, I think you're right. I've never seen A Cure for. Have you seen that? Did you go see one?
Just in passing, I never had to sit down.
Infinity Pool that came out last time.
That's what it was.
Or last year.
Pool.
So Infinity Pool, X Pearl, Maxine coming out later this year, maybe, or next year. Cure for Wellness, Emma, which I liked. Emma was the last movie I saw before the pandemic.
Emma.
That was a period piece with Anya Joy.
I was making sure you meant the same one. I was like, wait, like that Emma? I thought you were like, there was another like wacky horror one that she was in.
She was also in High Life, which I don't remember her in, but I did not like High Life.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm remembering. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay.
What else? She used to go out with Shia LaBeouf. Was that a thing?
It might have been.
Anyways,
I think they were both in they're both in was it those Nymphomaniac films that I think
does she have she has a child? Whoa, didn't know.
Oh, she has a personal life. Okay,
Holy shit, she's just supposed to be in movies.
You're human.
But yeah, so she's basically been kicking off mostly from movies like Suspiria, Emma, Cure for Wellness, like getting that horror vibe. She's very much into horror.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, Mia Goth is in Blade.
Hey,
which is
remember that movie?
We don't have a lot of actors in Blade. We know it's like Mahershala Ali playing Blade. We know the guy from
cast, what, 2019, like before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic, it's been a while. He came out at Comic-Con with the hat and
the first Phase 4 slate before everything got jumbled 5 times over.
Gosh, yeah. What was that guy from the Spike Lee movie that we watched for My Cup of Tea that started us out?
We watched the Spike Lee movie?
Remember, that's was the our first episode of My Cup of Tea. It was
okay. No, sorry, I thought you meant like commentary. Our boy that got snubbed for the Oscar.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Blade. That's what I'm trying to look for. What's his name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman. Delroy Lindo. There we go.
That's it.
Delroy Lindo is also in Blade, rumored to be playing his mentor or something like that. And then there's another actor, I forget who else. But anyways, Mia Goth is in Blade, one of the few people in Blade, and she's rumored to be playing Lilith Drake, Dracula's daughter.
I like
in Blade, which is really cool. I've always been hearing, if you don't want to hear rumors, mute, whatever, but I've always been hearing like there's like this father-daughter dynamic in Blade, whether he's going to be against Lilith, she can be the villain, or she could be like working with, because I don't think she's much of a villain in the comics.
I love the dynamic of, the offspring of the villain teaming up with the hero.
Right? I think that's what I'm thinking we could get here. Or she could just be playing the villain. I have no idea.
She could be our Phase 1, but we may not go Dracula right away.
Exactly, right.
Maybe Dracula will be the Midnight Suns villain.
That would be
Fingers crossed
awesome.
That comes.
So yeah, she could be playing the villain. I don't know what the rumors are saying. I just heard that she's playing Lilith Drake. So villain or not, or like villain or person working with the hero, I'm just glad Lilith Drake is coming in here. It's just getting more vampire, spooky, horrific characters into the Marvel universe that we just haven't really dived into yet. This is what I'm really excited for with the Blade film, the Blade franchise, if it's successful, just to get into more of those like underground, darker kinds of supernatural characters. We finally got like what was the one special that they had last year with the black and white Jake Kino film?
Oh yes, Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. Like those kind of things really excite me for the MCU. Just going into a new, unique direction. And Blade, Dracula's daughter, it seems so very different from what we've gotten in the MCU, but really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just that's all we know really. Mia Goth, rumored to be playing Lilith Drake, but very cool nonetheless. Blade is still, at least as of now, coming out next fall, I believe. I think that's the current release date. I think for 2024 Marvel, we have Captain America 4, New World Order in the summer, followed by Thunderbolts in July, followed by Blade in November and Deadpool in September, or did I get those mixed up or tossed around?
Deadpool moved recently.
Is Deadpool September or November next year?
I think it was originally September, but I think it moved. So maybe November.
Deadpool 3, 2024. Yeah, Deadpool is November. Blade is September. That's what it is. Okay. Deadpool 3 is, and then Blade 2024. Yeah, September 6th. And the cast is Delroy Lindo, Aaron Pierre. That was the other guy that was in Blade. Mahershala Ali, Mia Goth, Delroy Lindo. Kit Harington's on Google, but I don't know if he's going to be in here or not. We don't know.
Maybe it's like end credits.
Another end credits.
Sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman.
The end credits of Blade is just him answering yes, and then that's it.
It's him walking into the school.
Yeah.
I'm here talking about the Midnight Sun Initiative.
Oh God. Let's see. Me and Gotham Blade. And speaking of Deadpool, our next news story is related to Deadpool. We are finally getting some casting outside of Hugh Jackman. As far as we know for Deadpool 3, road trip, duo comedy with Ryan Gosling, Hugh Jackman, playing Deadpool and Logan respectively. That's basically the big old premise here. But with, as we mentioned in the past, it's going to have time and multiverse shenanigans because of the end of Deadpool 2 with him going in different timelines. And then also the TVA is going to be involved with this, Miss Minutes. So we're definitely getting into the whole time multiversal aspect within this movie. But also, so far, we have Matthew McFadden from Succession and from Pride and Prejudice.
Who's he in Succession?
He plays Tom Wobskin. Whatever.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he's been cast.
Shiv's boyfriend. Yeah, he's been cast 2 weeks ago.
I just started watching Succession again. Finally,
it's great. It's one of my favorite shows of all time right now. Season 4 is awesome.
Yeah, I just finished episode 7 of season 1, so
sweet.
We're getting along. I also noticed Barry, I forgot, is already back. We should start
covering
to ask Barry.
You. We should start covering Barry.
I haven't watched the new episodes yet.
You binged 1 and 2 like last year or 2 years ago now?
1, 2, and 3. I binged them all.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Was that you binged all 3 of them last year? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick. They're 8 half-hour episodes a season. Real easy.
I remember like last year. Was season 3 just last year?
I think so.
I think it was. But before season 3, I was like, do I really have time to rewatch shows? Because I'm watching so much anime, so much shows these days. I'm like, I don't know. But last year I did. I rewatched season 1 and season 2 just to reaffirm how much I love this show. And then season 3 was amazing. Season 4, the first 2 episodes, as I saw literally last night, blew me away. Season 4 is starting off fantastically. It's like the show has never left. I love this show to death. That's Barry.
I saw an amazing tweet that because Succession and Barry premiered on the same night the other night. Somebody said this is Oppenheimer versus Barbie for sad people.
It really is. A lot of
Oh,
depression
boy.
last night. It was so much. But yeah, speaking of Succession. So Tom Matthew McFadden, he's gonna be in Deadpool 3. No idea who he's playing. It could just be a small role, but we do know other people are returning. Vanessa and Cable are returning for Deadpool 3 as well, which is very interesting. Vanessa, of course, is Deadpool's love interest. Cable being Cable, the Russian X-Men.
Cable?
Not Cable. I'm stupid.
Colossus.
I said I'm thinking Colossus, but I'm right. It is Cable. Cable is returning.
Cable's Josh
Not
Brolin?
Colossus. Josh Brolin, I think, is returning. Let me look that up to confirm myself. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the news was about Colossus, though. I thought.
Cable Deadpool 3. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Yeah, maybe I'm. Yeah, so it might just be Colossus. Let me see. Colossus. Deadpool 3. Yeah, I'm wrong. So I'm confusing everybody. So you're right. It's Deadpool or Vanessa and Colossus, not Cable. So I was right. I wrote down Cable, but I meant Colossus.
I love that. I wonder if we'll get any Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She was kind of a little less present in the second one, but
I hope. She was amazing in the first film, and I liked her in the second one.
Yeah, her and her girlfriend Kimiko, I think it was.
I think Kimiko, yeah,
it was cool. Who I think in this weird X-Men multiverse was playing the same character from the New Mutants. I think.
Was she?
I think she was playing Anya Taylor-Joy's character.
No way. She was not playing.
I think they're the same character, but they just kind of like adapted them differently.
Who Anya Taylor-Joy playing? She played Magic. No way she was playing Magic in Deadpool 2. That was not Magic.
Maybe not. I don't know. Like, I'm not deep in the lore of Magic. I was just, it's something I read passing by. It was probably wrong. I don't know.
Probably wrong.
But in this wacky X-Men timeline, anything's
really
possible.
Exactly. But yeah,
you saw Sabretooth's first go? I mean, well, his first go was X-Men 2000. That was.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Otherwise, just leave Schreiber with long nails.
Which I love Lee Schreiber, but man,
I like his dynamic with Hugh Jackman. I think that's compelling. Instead of him just being a mindless, like him fucking taunting him, it's good.
That was great. Yeah,
there's some good stuff in Origins. It's just some
dude. Again, I can't
wait to do the commentary.
Whenever we talk about the X-Men movies, I can't wait to do commentary. Because
when do we do them?
There've been some good. There've been some bad.
Spin the wheel. I have to make the wheel. God damn it.
God damn.
Let's. I need to make the wheel by tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be the conclusion of our Evil Dead series.
Exactly.
Tune in.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're watching Evil Dead 2013, a movie we both have not seen.
I've already rented it in my Vudu because I didn't want to pay full price. I don't know if I like it, but that's just waiting. And Evan, not to worry, I got the theatrical. There isn't a rated, but I got the theatrical just for you.
Finally. Oh boy, it'll be easier to find. So yeah, not much else to say about here. Deadpool 3, Vanessa's returning, Colossus is great. And yeah, Colossus again being that X-Men character. So maybe we see more X-Men characters. This is rumored to be Hugh Jackman's last go. I would be not surprised if he showed up in Secret Wars in 2026, whenever that happens.
For sure.
But I think in general, Deadpool 3 would just be, I keep saying this, would be a nice place to usher in or tease X-23 as your new Logan. Maybe just wishful thinking again.
Daphne Keane is there.
Daphne Keane, she's there when she's not filming Acolyte.
Dark Materials is, I think, done. So
that finished up. Yeah. So yeah, I think I keep saying this on every podcast. I think it would be very interesting if Feige introduced X-23 / Laura Kinney before introducing our new the Wolverine, Logan, because Logan is such a pivotal character, and now you're putting him again in the audience's spotlight. So people are going to be again thinking of him, and a new actor playing Logan is just going to be too much to handle right now. So just do X-23 and then usher in Logan at a future date. It's okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much to say there. Not much else to say there for Deadpool 3. Last one here though was just another live action reboot, Moana live action.
Right.
Um,
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, dude. Like I literally finished school like last week, and I'm just like, oh, well, this is weird. Rock's doing his video, but I was like, wait, Moana is like, is this a stage play? No, this is an
It-
actual movie. What?
It was something like it had the thumbnail that said announcement in like that font that says like the Disney font of like official trailer. I'm like, interesting. But yeah,
was he in Hawaii? Or was that a fake background? What was going on?
it's weird because there was like one shot where I'm like, that looks flat as hell, and then another
Right?
shot where I'm like, he's on an island. Like they're panning the camera. He's on sand. They didn't build
Yeah.
a set for this announcement.
And his kids came like over there. I'm like, what is happening?
He's like, hey, this is me, the Rock, Family Guy. You like me? And it's funny because a lot of people are kind of like speculating, like, I think the Rock is kickstarting this because Black Adam didn't turn out well with DC.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, guys.
I know, but like, I mean, I could see it.
Are they wrong? Probably not.
With how much like more we're hearing about drama from WB and The Rock, apparently it's like fucking.
Yeah.
Is he needs something?
I can see him because he has a good relationship with Disney. Jungle Cruise was a mild success or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a Jungle Cruise sequel, but going back to the Disney family with Moana, people still love him in the Disney because of the Moana animated movie was very successful. This just was such a wild announcement, right? Because we've heard about the Hercules live action thing happening. We had Peter Pan this year. Lilo and Stitch is kicking up steam.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like there's so many like classics you would have expected them to be picking up to develop way before Moana, which is only about 7 years old right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm thinking, even in general, I don't want any more of these live action movies. Some are good, some are not so good. But yeah, I'm thinking like they're doing Lilo and Stitch, which was like 2003 or 4, like early 2000s.
20 years ago now.
20 years ago now, so it makes sense, even though I don't really want it because it's just we'll see. But yeah, I'm still thinking in that time period. But Moana is so recent. Like this is 20. Recent. What you said, 2016, 2017?
20, I think 2016 was Moana.
Yeah, and it was one of my top 10 movies of the year. I loved that movie. I thought it was great.
I was pretty late to it. I had heard what was the main song that Moana sings?
Wow, I'm blinking. Moana, make way.
How far I go? Is that what it's called?
How far I go.
My little sister would be blasting that all the time.
It's great. It's a banger.
It is a banger, and I finally got around to watching the movie like way later. I think it was just before the pandemic. It could have been during. But I love the hell out of it. I love just the culture and the music styling, and I love Moana and Maui. They're great characters.
They're great characters. I love the movie's heroine journey from Moana. It's very interesting.
The water animation is godly.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then just like the animation towards the end of the movie, slight spoiler alert for Moana. It's been a while, but
it's an anime.
But like it has the anime feel to it where she's like not defeating her villain like most American cartoons, right? But she had defeating. It's not a full-on brawl. It's just like accepting of like the emotional hurt that the creature was going through.
It's understanding. It's
understanding,
combating,
which is such a like Eastern philosophy that we don't see in a lot of Western animated stuff these days.
Yeah.
Please watch Suzume. But like I'm just so happy with Moana. It's such a great movie, but seeing it in live action, I don't know, fam. It's just
this is the weird thing. So apparently, The Rock and I'm blanking on the actress that portrays Moana.
Ali Cavaro.
They're apparently going to be reprising their roles,
which I didn't know. He announced that he's returning, but I was like, she definitely has to return, right? She is the character. But he did later say that, yeah, she's returning.
But now I'm like thinking, I'm like, Rock, you don't look like Maui.
Not at all.
So are we just gonna get buff Maui, or is he gonna bulk up in that way?
if I just see The Rock as Maui, I'm walking out. Like,
It's not Maui.
That's not Maui.
You're gonna see Buff Rock with the hair.
With a t-shirt.
Not a t-shirt because he got the tats to represent.
Yeah.
But just have the hair, and I'm just be like, it's not your hair though, is it?
Oh, you're right. I can see it now. Oh no. Oh no. That goofy hair, which works in animation because Maui's like Maui, but like The Rock, Maui's more buff than The Rock, right? So it's like,
yeah, he's thicker, but he's still
thicker.
you got it's all pretty expansive muscle. Have you ever seen the comedy with The Rock and Kevin Hart, Central Intelligence?
I haven't seen it.
You ever see the trailer?
Yeah. I know what it is though.
That flashback sequence where like The Rock in high school was like super fat.
Yes.
I went to go look back at that, and I was like, could be Maui.
Oh no.
Could do it.
Oh no.
I don't know. Probably not. There wouldn't.
But there's so many like fantastical things in Moana, right? Like the water animation, which could work in live action, CGI.
I mean, granted, we're kind of like priding the animation of the water being like so like real.
But then you compare it to like Little Mermaid. If it doesn't look anything like Little Mermaid, it's like, we'll see. But then like there's a crab monster sequence in the middle of the movie. The ending sequence is so stunning, Moana. I'm like, how do you do that live action?
Just the whole color palette of Moana is so vibrant.
Exactly.
You have to make sure you don't lose that. You need to keep everything popping.
That's a great thing. And that's a great way, Nathan, because that's the thing that a lot of these live action movies are missing. The color vibrancy. Like The Lion King is a big example of that. Like it loses a lot of the color and fantastical elements in a lot of the sequences in Lion King.
Yeah, I think I tend to be like okay with more so than others with the Lion King remake, but I will say like my biggest upset in watching that movie isn't the goddamn can you feel love nights during the day? Oh no. So down. The bigger issue is that Be Prepared was severely gutted. And there's no like fantastical like see what's like the green mist, the scars walking around and stuff, and the climbing like the red highlights of the soldier hyenas. He hops on some rocks. It's an abridged version. It cuts. I'm like, oh no, and he doesn't even like really like belt it. He just kind of like sings it like he's Lin-Manuel or something.
Yeah, and I Just Can't Wait to Be King was butchered as well because like there's no big like animal emotion during that. It was just him stepping on animals. It was really weird. And I think that's what we're going to be losing. Like I think Aladdin works. Aladdin's a very colorful movie.
It really depends who they're gonna get.
To direct this. Yeah.
I mean, hell, I don't know if you get. I wonder if they would go so far as to be like, oh, we got the original movies directors to do this, and it's like okay, but the biggest thing I saw when the news was breaking, like I think this has been the biggest like negative response to a live action announcement of just being like because it's so quick and just all these elements are just most people are just asking what either they're asking why or they're asking why not Moana 2.
That's what I'm saying. You just greenlit Frozen 3, Inside Out 2,
Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 5. Like, because those are successful franchises. Give us like a Big Hero 6 2. Give us Moana 2. Like,
I need to watch those Baymax shorts.
Me too. I heard they're really fun. But like, give us these animated sequels instead of live action. I think the why part of it is just The Rock. Well, first of all, Disney sees money signs in terms of live action remakes, but also The Rock is like, culturally, this would be very fun. Live action, it's gonna be to my culture. I'm gonna do my best to do. Like, no, we don't care. I don't
hold on.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude, but like, I appreciate what The Rock is doing. I understand where he's coming from. He probably has all of the best intentions, but I'm just like, for me, Rock, he can still do that by voicing Maui in an animated sequel. Like, come on.
Very true.
I think it would just be so much fun. So much to explore.
I'm sure we'll get Tamora Morrison back.
Yeah, I just looked at the cast. I was like, Tamora Morrison's in this as the chief.
Isn't he Moana's father?
I think he is. Tamora Morrison, Alan Tudyk's in this playing Hey. Oh, is he the parrot?
He's the chicken.
Jermaine
Who's apparently
Clement?
returning according Jermaine is the crab. He's a
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see some of these people returning, but still, I'm just like, then why? If we're all returning,
then why? Just your voice sinking. Just why? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like
so yeah, I'm just.
I imagine you with your students every like you're grading and like you get like it's like 8 out of 10 wrong. Just why?
No, I say this to my students all the time. It's like, oh, he hit me. I hit her back. I'm like, why are we doing
Why?
this? Just keep your hands to yourself. So yeah.
Hand it back a D-. You write on the paper. Just why?
Oh man, I don't really comment on papers a lot. I just give like X and checks.
Mr. Harris, what's the homework for tonight? Just solve for why.
Just why? Why
Just
are you
solve
the
for
one to-
why. Just, you don't teach math.
Just why? But yeah, that's about it for our announcements, though. I mean, on the live action front, they are casting for Lilo and Stitch, and people are not happy. Because one of the the older sister is native to Hawaii, but she's not a Hawaiian native. I heard that was floating around.
Oh, for Nani's character.
I was like, oof.
I immediately went to go look it up, and yeah, she does have heritage of Hawaiian and Filipino descent.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess she is like a much lighter toned, and if I can definitely see the argument that Hollywood's like, all right, we will cast culturally, but we're gonna keep the brightness up.
Exactly. No. Yeah, and then I think the best Lilo and Stitch casting was just Lilo. I think she looks great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lilo and Stitch itself, I'm just like, that can get messy real quick.
Because it makes you wonder like how they'll play the dynamics. It's like because I don't think they'll go the route of like their adopted sisters because that was never a thing.
No,
but because like the whole core of it is being they are sisters and it's a custody battle at the heart of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping for the best. They recently cast one guy.
They cast a boyfriend for
they cast a boyfriend,
the sister's boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw somebody else got cast, and people were like, "Oh, he's obviously Pleakley." I was like, I could see it.
Oh, the comedian guy from Hangover, right?
I think so.
I forget his name.
Was he the one that wasn't the main three?
No, he's the one that always fucked things up.
Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis, isn't he playing?
Is he who got cast? Maybe he was. I can see. Yeah, I think so. I could see him as Pleakley.
I'm not looking it up. Whatever, I don't care. But
this the live action remake again. Like it works. It can work. We've seen it work. We like Aladdin. Cruella was nice.
Yeah, we are Aladdin defenders. Like 2019 Aladdin was fun. Cruella was great because Cruella was different. It wasn't just a blank to blank reboot. It was something new and unique.
I still haven't checked it out, but a lot of you guys go to bat for Cinderella.
Cinderella 2015. Everybody needs to watch it. Lily James. Yeah, Lily James is amazing.
And was it Richard Madden?
Richard Madden from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Maleficent kind of did its own thing.
Maleficent's awful.
Which is what Cruella did. I liked Maleficent.
Awful.
The second one, I didn't like as much as the first,
more
but
awful.
You didn't watch it. Stop.
I watched it. I had a free advanced screening. That's how I watched it.
Of Mistress of Evil?
Mistress of Evil. People clapped at the end. I'm like, why are we clapping?
You didn't like Warwick Davis?
He was in there?
Yeah.
Who was he?
Someone small.
Oh no, poor Warwick! I didn't even notice you. Oh,
he had to get the check before Willow cleared. I'm kidding, but
this was in his contract.
But yeah, Jungle Book was a surprise.
Jungle Book was great. Yeah.
Lion King was like the most hyped one. I think,
and it sucked.
I won't go that far.
I was so disappointed. And they didn't play He Lives in You from Lion King 2. I was pissed.
Or no, wait, remember we heard it on the soundtrack, but it was just part of the end credits.
It's part of the end.
You could have ended on it.
But end on it. But they wanted to stick to the movie. I'm like, fuck off, do something different.
Barry Jenkins still doing the prequel sequel?
You're right, that is happening. I think that's next year.
Is that going to be the last project James Earl Jones does?
Is that 2024? Is James Earl Jones still alive?
Yeah, he's officially retired from Lucasfilm recently.
That's good.
But he did give the clearance to his likeness used for the AI for the programs and the effects.
Yeah, July 5th, 2024 from Barry Jenkins. So man, next summer is gonna be stacked.
Did anybody watch the Disney Plus exclusive Lady and the Tramp?
Nobody did. People just turned on Mandalorian episode 1 for and that was it. They never
That was
watched
the same time. That's so unfortunate. Oh goddamn. Oh, so, we give some shit, and the one I was like really like looking forward. I mean, there's plenty of them, but one I was like especially looking forward to was Mulan, and
Oh, you're right. That happened, and that was
it
trash.
is just boring. We
It's
were
boring
bored.
as hell. There's
I was
no
like, how did you
romance.
make this boring?
They ruined
They asked our boy, didn't they? Like he's not in it.
I don't think he's not in it. Man, I forget. I saw the movie. I totally forget.
I'm not even talking about Mushu because they didn't do Mushu. They
didn't do Mushu. They did
Phoenix.
the Eagle Phoenix thing,
Which I think they were saying like felt more line to the original tale, which I can respect, but
we don't care.
I'm bored.
Yeah, we're bored. We need some comedy. But
I miss Eddie Murphy.
I think the romance was like cut from the movie. There was like no romance.
Yeah. Which we had we were talking about. I think last
episode.
we might have been we were talking about for Hyperspace even. Just like
you're right. Yeah,
Hollywood kind of like delving more into the to make a strong woman character,
female independence.
She don't need no man. There's room for that, but there's also room that's like you're not weak because you have love.
Exactly. Like it killed me. It
I would argue you're stronger for it, and it gives you more reason to fight.
People keep saying this, like Little Mermaid. It's like it's like we had to change it for the times between her and Eric. It's like there's nothing to change. They had a very healthy relationship in Little Mermaid. I love Eric and Ariel's relationship. It's very awesome, very sweet. It's romantic as hell. I love it. She didn't want to change to be human just to be with Eric. That's not what happened in that movie. She wanted to be human before she even met Eric. But also, yeah, like Mulan, that romance between her and Shang, I forget his name, was awesome. It was amazing.
It was a nice little because it wasn't a pretty immediate romance, right? It was because they're under the guise of like Mulan is a man. But yeah, hey, that would honestly be like that would have been so great to do in modern day, of just being like, I'm feeling for this guy, like explore that. Bye, Shang, let's do it.
But maybe that's why we love Aladdin so much, because they didn't shy away from the romance. You can't really with Jasmine and Aladdin.
It's like the core. It's the
core thing, and they made it so that Jasmine was so integral romantically with Aladdin, but also she had her time to shine even more so than the animated movie. Right? She didn't just get locked up in that hourglass at the end of the movie. She had her own musical number, and she had her own.
Speechless is great.
So I really liked what they did with Jasmine, making her more stronger, whatever you want to say, but also making her like still romantically involved with Aladdin in a healthy way. And of course, Cinderella being romantic as hell, because it has to be. So yeah, I'm just like, these Disney live action remakes are shying away from the romance when it's just not necessary. Yeah. So we'll see how for Little Mermaid goes, but
it's odd because like if they like go for like they come at it at different angles. We have ones that are like remade to a T, some that are remade with like the right elements shared with bringing some new, and then there's some that just like they do their own thing. I guess it really just depends on what property they're doing. I'm still hoping for that Hunchback of Notre Dame, because the whole movie could be awful. It could. But you know what? That soundtrack's going to be dope as hell.
The soundtrack's amazing. Nathan, you keep bringing that up. That just seems so risky to me, but I would like it.
It feels like the most like yeah, that's a big screen thing to do.
That's a spectacle for sure.
That's a biblical banger.
For sure. For me, when people always ask for live action, there's only two options for me. It's Treasure Planet and it's Atlantis. Those are two things that just deserve a live action remake, because you can do some very fun things with it with our current technology and current special effects. And I think that would be amazing. Treasure Planet specifically, that father-son dynamic is so awesome.
It's the trailer is so ingrained in my brain, where he's like he's surfing around, and it starts off right like we're going like to the moon, and it's like it's a crescent, but there's a city on it, and like what the fuck?
Zoom in, it's so cool.
It's so good. Like astronomically, it makes no sense, but it's so cool.
Give it to David Lowery, right? I think Peter Pan's coming
Ooh.
out, and I think just next month or
The Peter Pan and Wendy.
Peter Pan and Wendy, which looks so good. It's undermarketed as hell, but it looks
David
really
Lowery's
good. I like the effects. I like the world of Peter Pan that they've been establishing. The lighting could be better. Um, but overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And David Lowery, just as a director, The Green Knight, I really love. So I think he has a good grasp on Peter Pan and Wendy. So we shall see for that one as well.
Oh, we'll always have Pinocchio.
Del Toro's.
There we are. I stopped
We
watching.
don't talk about that last one.
I'm sorry.
Haven't seen it. But yeah, overall, that's about it for our podcast.
Well, it would be.
Oh,
Evan, we're shying away from another piece of news that I don't think we're keen on.
what? What happened?
From the people that brought you Max.
Jonathan Majors? What happened? No.
No. What? No. Okay. Well, there has been some development there, but we'll wait until we get a more substantial
Yeah.
falling into actual movie projects. But Warner Brothers is like, hey, you like that Potter kid?
Oh, wow.
You
that's
know,
happening.
hey, yeah, I see you're having fun with your Percy Jackson over there, and it looks like you're fleshing out very well.
I purposely didn't put this in movie notes. I'm like, I do not want to talk about
We're
this.
gonna, most people are like, hey, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it up a bit so it doesn't look the same. They're like, all right, cool. Didn't change shit.
Didn't change shit.
But yeah, they're apparently planning to do a straight up remake of the Harry Potter story of the 7 books, and make each season based on their respective novel. New cast, but announced with the same iconography of the look of Hogwarts, the title
same
card,
score.
the same score.
Nathan, who is this for? First of all, who is this for? Because
investors, I guess.
New kids aren't growing up on Harry Potter anymore. I don't think so. I could be totally wrong.
What I've found, especially with my nephew, is like they are growing up on Harry Potter. The ones we grew up on.
Yeah. The books and then the movies. And for me, I'm just like, this is one of the most unwanted things ever. First of all, the cast. The Harry Potter OG cast is just one of the most famous casts of all time. Not just for like the Harry Potter franchise, just of all time. When people think of Alan Rickman, they think of Snape. The 3, Dana Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint. Like those are 3 just iconic actors with iconic characters.
They were maybe they weren't like the first, but they were definitely like the biggest to like be the ones to like watch them grow into the role. Like
exactly,
anybody else who like makes that, like even like Percy Jackson's doing right now, where they're casting young and having them age into the roles. That all especially stems from the success of Harry Potter. You watch the behind the scenes of them making Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone if you're cultured. And, they're making it and they're casting, and they have to cast right because you have to have dynamics with these people, because you're not only going to be working with this movie, you're working the next decade with these people.
Yeah. And by the way, they just released last year?
2022, the beginning.
2020, the Harry Potter
the
Remembrance.
20th yeah.
Like that was last year. So you're wanting audiences to remember what you created, WB, and now you're making a reboot where everything's wiped away? Fuck off. Like I can't imagine another Snape. I can't imagine another Dumbledore. I can't imagine another Harry, Ron, Hermione. I just can't.
I can't. And honestly,
at all.
And I don't feel like we have to, because we have 8 really good movies. Like even if you have like a least favorite Harry Potter, I don't think you can even call it like a bad movie at all. Like they're all so well made.
Favorite. It's either Goblet of Fire. Goblet of Fire is so much fun, but it's so different from the book. But people are like, oh, so now they can actually do Goblet of Fire or Order of Phoenix, like include a lot of those clubs and character arcs that were kind of just skipped over entirely. and people have complained about like Ron being a goofier character towards the latter half of the saga. But I still like Ron as a character, especially in 7 and 8. So and 6. I only don't like Ron in Goblet of Fire. But anyways, certain character moments could
It was odd for
theoretically
half
be
of that,
done
yeah.
justice. Yeah, character arcs could like Ron, Hermione. Certain character arcs could be done justice in a TV format where they have more time and they can strategically follow the books.
Yeah.
But I don't care because I saw a 2-hour movie that did the books justice. I don't want 10 hours. Like that's just too much time now, in my opinion.
Is a little much. They're granted, when they were making the movies, they were kind of like going to a point where they were they didn't, all the books weren't out yet. The series itself wasn't finished written. They didn't like surpass the books ever, but they needed like to get info of like where the story's headed. Here with this one, whether you dislike it or you dislike it, J.K. Rowling is going to be integral to the development of it as well.
That's the number one red flag for this entire thing. What we just talked about in terms of casting and why, it's on mute. J.K. being involved is the number one red flag for why people don't want this, and WB doesn't give a shit. They don't care. Can you that quote that happened last week when they asked point blank, or reporters asked about J.K. Rowling's involvement against her just hatred against trans rights and a lot of other things. And what did they say? What did WB in the press say? Oh, that's an online conversation.
It's like, oh, we keep that separate from the creative.
Are you?
Yeah, there is no separate when the person who's speaking hatred is your influence on the show.
Exactly.
And on these children you'll be casting? Excuse me?
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
That's it's very alarming.
And again, this is more than a video game. Harry Potter, the video game that came out this year, was very successful.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. People did. It's a video game. Do what you want to do, in my opinion.
I
but
know,
for a long-running TV series, it's different. This is a TV series that they already ordered. Is going to have 7 seasons at least. Wow. Like, this is an investment, and you're investing in J.K. Rowling, and I refuse, to support this kind of thing.
It's wild because it's wild because it was already like they did explore this investment. I mean, making the movies was an investment because, like you said, they were casting for longevity. They all had the plans. Like even like reports back then was just like, yeah, they're launching a full-blown franchise, and it's like, oh, and that's at the moments when you're like sitting there and you're like, God, I hope we don't crash and burn on the first one. Different.
And they definitely didn't. It was lightning in a bottle. It was successful as hell. We watched them grow up. You mentioned that earlier, Nathan. That's a big thing. We watched them grow up, and they didn't film back to back every year, but like the first 2 did. I think they took a year off, and then they did the third one.
At a point, they were releasing like every 2 years.
Every 2 years after a while, yeah. I think the first one was like 2001 and 2002, but then it was like every other year.
Then 4, 6, 9.
I think there was a couple. There was
11,
a big break.
10, 11. Or, no, I think by 6, 7, 8 they did 9, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm. But either way, But logistically, Nathan, we gotta talk about this. 7 seasons. If we want to watch these characters grow up, are you actually saying you want these kids to film a TV series, a 10 episode,
a whole TV series?
Let's just say we don't know how many episodes, but at least let's just say 6 to 10 to be safe. 6 to 10,
probably
episodes.
10 if they're adapting, full chapters and stuff.
Exactly.
Maybe some more when they get to the thicker books.
That's why I'm going on the high end. Maybe even more, which is even more worse. Back to back to back. That's impossible.
What is the labor laws requirement? I mean, it's already tricky enough on a movie. A full show?
Yeah. The labor laws are ridiculous. Because what was I watching? Shazam 2 behind the scenes. Jack Dylan Grazer, David Samer was talking about this, saying like there were some days where we couldn't get Jack Dylan Grazer on set because of labor laws. He's under 18. Where it's just like we had to have somebody else on set in one of the action sequences. Imagine that for this cast, where they can't be on set for a full day like adult actors. But then you also want this primarily to happen back to back to back, or at least I don't know how they're going to do it, because if you want to watch them age up, they're going to be old by the time you get to the third season. So logistically, it just makes no sense.
It
This is just rough.
It's rough. They would be investing way more time than the movie actors did, and
Yeah.
In the journey of child stars, it tends to be hit and miss with how they come out on the other side. I can't imagine it'd be a positive to lock them into. And granted, Percy Jackson's doing stuff, but I think they probably got it more sorted. WB's kind of.
Let me explain that, because people they could call me hypocritical, because Percy Jackson's are notoriously way shorter books than Harry Potter, but that's getting a 8 to 10 episode series. The difference here, though, is I'm more confident in the writing, and Percy Jackson as a book, even though they are shorter than Harry Potter, I think it lends itself, just in terms of the world and the characters involved, to a TV format more so than Harry Potter, which I've already seen it done successfully in a 2-hour format. But also, it's more self-contained. They're at a school the entire time. So it's much easier to do a movie for that. Percy Jackson, you're globetrotting. So it makes more sense to do that in a TV format. It's much more adventurous than Harry Potter, which is primarily a school setting series.
It is funny, like the first 6 Harry Potter movies are they're basically detective stories.
Yeah, mostly, especially the first 2. First 3 are more like detective, like what's going on at our school kind of thing. I just can't imagine with one episode. The pilot for each episode, for each movie or book, whatever, makes sense. But like certain episodes, you're just going to be going to class. It's just like
spend the day at Hogsmeade.
And this could get into the issue with certain TV stuff, where it's just like, what was the point of that single episode? I made this comment with Mandalorian and other Disney Plus shows. I'm just like, what was the theme of this certain episode? Successful TV shows have a certain through line per episode. For Harry Potter, because it's done in a book format, what's the point of this single episode where he goes to herbology class, then he goes to dark arts class, probably discovers something about the Sorcerer's Apprentice, or the stone, whatever. I'm going crazy, but
that was another live action remake.
There's certain things, there's certain things that just don't lend itself to TV format. I think Harry Potter is just one of them. I think it could work, but once again, because I've seen it done so successfully for the most part, as movies, I just don't see this being a necessary thing at all.
I can see it working. The only hindrance it's coming from is because I've experienced the original, and granted, I've been open to a new iteration before. I mean, hey, yeah, you like Spider-Man, but when it comes to something like this, because how booming the success of not only Harry Potter was, but because we had so many entries with that 8 full-blown movies over the span of 10 years, which even to that point, I know the series for them started 20 years ago, but it only ended about 10-ish years ago, 10, 12 years ago. It doesn't feel that far removed. It feels like our Moana situation.
Especially when they play it every fall and every winter in homes across the world.
It's a staple. It's a staple. It's a cultural staple. It's why, when it comes to merchandising, it's probably, at very least second place, if not first, in the merchandising realm, whether going up against something like Star Wars or something. It's it's one for one.
It's Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter.
I think Harry Potter is probably a little above Marvel, if I'm being honest.
Probably, you're right. Yeah. And of course DC as well. Just outside of the comic book realm, Harry Potter is just one of the biggest franchises of all time. It's all, again, you mentioned it, Nathan, but these kids are going to be filming this. I didn't even realize this, more than the other actors. And the actors, if you watch the Remembrance thing from last year, they talked about how exhausting it was socially, physically, emotionally, doing just these movies over the course of over 10 years, right? As an actor doing these movies for so long, it takes a toll. Imagine if they had to do a TV series for that long, which runs longer than a movie production. That's so sad. I don't want these kids to go through that. On top of being ridiculed for playing famous roles, like people for Hermione can get shit. Harry's gonna get shit. Ron's gonna get shit because they're just not our actors. It's a lot. And
It's
most
especially
of all, the
unfortunate.
J.K. Rowling of it all is just unfortunate.
It's especially unfortunate because you're also going to get plenty of backlash, I think, for creatives, because if they, if the studio comes across something, to adapt from the books that has that problematic edge from J.K. and they just take a stance of just like no, then there'll be those assholes online that are like, oh well, they're censoring her original vision, and they're cutting this, and like where are the standards? And,
Cho Chang needs to change.
yeah, that's
Not great.
And just to cap off the whole idea, when I think about like Fantastic Beast when they were making that, right? That was a big influence by JK, and while a large majority weren't really about it, I'm one of the fucking losers who's like, yeah, I dig it because I do like the characters, but I'm not going to deny WB's big thing playing on that is every time they're marketing it, whether they're playing that original Hedwig's theme, has always been banking on your love of the original Harry Potter. Like, hey, we got a new Wizarding World thing for you. You like Harry Potter, don't you?
Dumbledore's back, but he's younger, played by Jude Law. Like, it was so iconographic or so connected to what came before, what we loved before.
And it's so ironic because just like because there's no like existing characters from the original 8 films in those films, if they wanted to, because JK was involved in making those, she could easily just like plug that into this new series if she wanted.
Definitely could. I just during this conversation I just remembered, I think there was a report that said WB, some people in WB maybe wanted to, like, with the Harry Potter license, do something unique and different, maybe go into the past, maybe go to the future, whatever.
Republic.
But because J.K. Rowling's in charge of everything Harry Potter, I think because she said no, they just had to do a reboot instead. I could be wrong. Somebody can fact check me on that. But I think because of J.K. Rowling's involvement, they were forced to do a reboot because, J.K. said, no, I don't want, you got to do no original tales. Because if they want to do something original in her world, she has to get the okay, right? She has to give the okay. Because those would be original stories that she didn't handwrite and create. There's no like Harry Potter Legends material that people can adapt, right? It's all based on her material.
Yeah.
So I think if she said no to that, they just had to be like, okay, then, well, we got to go with the reboot format. Because I remember when it was announced that like people wanted, there was going to be more Harry Potter projects. I was like, oh, this could be interesting.
The Marauders, let's go.
I defended it saying, I think they could do some fun stuff with the history of behind the discovery of the houses, or some of the early students of Hogwarts, or some of the mysteries within Hogwarts, or anything. Even the video game, which I didn't get, even the video game had like an original storyline. Yeah. I'm like, can we not do something in that vein for a movie, a trilogy, or something like that? But no, we just got to do a reboot. I'm like, there's so much material out there in the world, but no.
Just the news is quite shocking, because you'd figure they would have attempted Cursed Child first before completely scrapping and starting anew.
Yeah,
I know like
one I would have wanted, because Cursed Child is a mess in itself.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Cursed Child, but the beauty of adaptation is, at least speaking from more so because I'm illiterate, speaking more so from the viewpoint of adapting comic storylines to the big screen, they shake that shit up all the time to improve it, and it tends to pay off in the long run. So if they wanted to, they really could have reframed and reworked Cursed Child into something, maybe have some core elements that stick, the next generation of our heroes, but you could make a compelling story that actually links and works.
You know why I say that wasn't going to happen?
Why?
Because JK is involved. She wouldn't want them to change anything. They have to get her okay.
Yeah.
This isn't a Rick Riordan situation where they were able to do some different things, or Rick was like, crap, my hands are tied. This is JK. She has her hands all over the cookie jar. She would be in control of all those writing decisions. Hell, didn't she write the last 2 Fantastic Beasts movies?
3 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you write all 3 of them?
I'm pretty sure. I think recently the
They did close
The-
back, right? They brought
the-
close back or something.
Close came back for the third one, and
Yeah.
where Carson was like, just when I thought I was out, pulling back. I still don't think he's seen it.
He hasn't, and I haven't either. Yeah.
I liked it.
You saw it?
Mads
Oh, wow.
Mikkelsen. I did. I went to go see it. I'm sorry. I went to go see it. I had a pretty decent time. It was weird, like watching it and like you know I might know about Ezra Miller.
Oof.
But it's funny because where they leave with that character, it's like you could bring him back or you can leave it. Either way, I think they did kind of go to the section where they brought him more back over to like our side, the good side.
I gotta share screen this. We were talking about Moana today during our episode. I'm scrolling through my Twitter account and look what I see. Look what I see.
What is this? Hold on, zoom in. Oh no. Whose hair is this?
I don't know whose hair that is.
That is a lot of hair.
This is, of course, this is fan art, but oh my god.
Do you have a crown? What is this? What was this from?
I have no idea. This is funny as hell.
It's not a crown.
This is fake, but
sure, but
man, that's
hilarious. They always love to put on Disney Plus original. It doesn't matter if it's like a theatrical movie; they will always stick that on.
Yeah, Disney Plus original. Like, okay, sure.
That was the funniest thing. Is like, here's a No Way Home trailer, Disney Plus original. You don't fucking know, do you? Does he know? Does he know about?
You don't know. That was funny. Yeah,
that was also always my favorites of like being tricked as a kid of just like full movie online, where it'd be like watch the Incredible Hulk online, and the thumbnail's 20th Century Fox. It's like that's not
it, fam.
Check out the new Disney movie, Universal Studios. All right, but yeah, that'll about do it here. Evan, where can they find you?
Find me on Twitter, being surprised that we had a whole random Harry Potter that was not in the show notes. But thanks for letting me get that anger out. That was nice. Find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. Having a blast. There was tons of TV yesterday. Like I watched 2 episodes of Barry, 1 episode of Succession, 3 episodes of anime. It was a lot last night and yesterday. Sundays are going to be big for TV for me. So I'm talking all things anime, TV, movies, Big Brother, Survivor, all that jazz. Tomorrow, once again, we're doing Evil Dead 2013. Back to the cabin. That's all I know. Which I hear is fun. And then Wednesday is the Mandalorian season 3 finale. Is Thrawn going to appear? We shall see. But we'll be doing our Hyperspace Hype reaction to that, review about that this weekend. So yeah, that's what you can expect. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, and you can follow me at _TimeBlazer on Twitter, making a show called Time Blazer with creative consultant Evan Harris here, as well as co-star Evan Harris here. Haha, Core 4, baby. Little screen reference for you. There's a way bigger team than just that. But yeah, I'm very excited to be debuting it. I have already crafted out the shot list for the trailer, the music. So I'm just kind of like finalizing those shots to make them presentable to you all, to give you an idea of what the look and feel of the show is going to be. And I'm very proud of how it's shaping up to be, both the show and the trailer. So please look forward to that, as well as subscribe to this channel so that you can stay up to date on that, as well as our future podcasts and commentaries, whether it is Star Wars exclusive or all film. We got that here covered for you. So that being said, hope you have a great day. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.